Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, no boys and girls, all ladies and gentlemen. So normally we would have
Lachey King.
Duh. She and I like a tag team act in this regard. But we have Brother Paul here, who's a new agent of the Department of Human Resources, but of course many of you may recall him being part of law enforcement for a number of years here in the city of Delray Beach. So I damn near didn't recognize you during new employee orientation a couple weeks ago because you always had the uniform on. And so you'd be in here up until like end of 2022. You would frequent the city commission meetings,
Right.
like fairly often.
Right.
And so when you were in there, I know Dwayne was talking to you, I'm a little slow sometimes. I try to be a reasonably bright person, but it doesn't always work necessarily. So it took me a second to piece it all together. I'm like, yeah, and it started clicking back. Remember that discussion?
Yep.
You look like you're about to go
Farming.
relax. Well, that's what's nice about Casual Friday, ladies and gentlemen. I have my jeans on, polo shirt, but I threw on a sport coat that looks somewhat professional because of the festivities today with quarterly awards programming. So, no Lachey King, but Paul, we will take you, sir. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll let you speak now, and then I'll come back again.
I'll try and be as enthusiastic as Lachey King. Welcome, everybody, to the April 26th, 2024 Service Awards. We're here to celebrate you and your accomplishments with the city. So without further ado, Mr. Moore.
Thank you. Terrence, please. You're Paul, I'm Terrence. That's that. It's pretty cool that the Department of Information Technology is real represented.
Right.
We even have Kama Reitman back here backing us up. Yeah? So you come in what's that, roll number 2 to join your colleagues or what? You have your responsibilities back there, yes? Okay, very well. We'll keep that in mind. And we just saw you, sir, coming in, and you knew exactly where to sit. So, good job. So, welcome everybody, and to all the service award recipients, congratulations. We'll be fairly succinct in this regard. Before we formally proceed, of course, I'd like to recognize the department directors who are able to join us here today. Of course, Chief Major, Russ Major, Delray Beach Police Department. That's why I'm a couple minutes off, ladies and gentlemen, because the police were coming to get me. When I was walking in, I was surrounded by Chief Major, Assistant Chief Hunter, then Lieutenant Scabaris showed up. Thought I was in trouble. Maybe after this particular event I will be. Otherwise, I don't think I am. So welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. Director of Communications, Gina Carter, is here as well. And where did Dwayne DeAndre go?
He left.
Man, you were supposed to hold him down for
I
us.
tried. I gave him a look.
Yeah, I'm saying you got the look. It gets me every time, as you know. So we also have with us Director of Development Services, Anthea Giniotis, is with us. Thank you again for your assistance last night during the town hall engagement. You spoke with such knowledge and enthusiasm, by the way. Well done. Yes?
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And everybody else, of course, so Dot Bass, Assistant Director of Human Resources, representing the calls. So we also have, on behalf of the Office of the City Clerk, Deputy City Clerk Alexis Gibbons. You're really not that quiet in real life.
No, I'm not.
So you're in good company. Knock yourself out. All right. So Dot, take us forward. Let's knock it out. It's a good Friday. Off we are. We'll offer some celebrations and recognitions.
All right, first up today is the fire rescue. I'd like to recognize firefighter EMT Tommy Osborne for 30 years of service. Fire Captain Sean Bekowitz for 30 years of service. From the police department, we have Career Officer 2, Officer Kenneth Brotz for 20 years of service. Captain Anthony Martinez for 20 years of service. Communications Manager Michelle Kelly, 20 years of service.
And I was about to say, Michelle Kelly, you are here.
I'm present.
All right, congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Well done. You have to stay here. We're going to have a group picture. I think Lieutenant Scabaris will offer a few kind words.
All right, I'm going to kick this off. Right, it's hard to set the pace here, so I don't know what the average timeline is up here. So I'm just going to have a few notes to go off of. I'm Lieutenant Louis Cabarrus. I'm obviously with the PD. Most of you probably like my wife better, Amanda Cabarrus, but it's all you get for today.
You know, that's what they say.
That's what they say.
tell.
That's what they say.
But you seem to be all right.
I'll take it. Number two's okay. Number two's okay.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Well, Michelle, 20 years of service. Congrats. For those of you who don't know, she's a Delray native. Went to Atlantic High, the one on Seacrest. Right? You're old, right? The one on Seacrest is all I'm saying. Hired in 04, right out of high school, basically, at 19 years old. So 19 years old. She was already taking calls for service where people needed her. The voice of reason and assurance at 18 years old. 18 years old, she was already staying over for all the hurricanes. We worked the 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 sometimes straight. You bring your pillow, your snacks, your water. And at 18, so she already went through Francis, Janine, and Wilma. Just bless you. In your first 2 years, you went through all those hurricanes. In one of her probationary evaluations, she wrote, she looks forward to continuing her career with the Delray Beach Police Department and is extremely grateful. Most of these things I'm going to say I can't take credit for, but this one I can. In 2016, she was married to Sergeant Casey Kelly. I introduced them. I'll take credit for that. So, you're welcome.
Sustainable love in the workplace.
Yeah, Sue finds all kinds of stuff here. So, numerous recognitions, quarterly, monthly, annually, life-saving. There's a great story. I don't want to go too far into it. Basically, there was a boat on fire, not even too long ago. It was a couple years ago. They spoke Spanish. All she heard was fuego, fuego, which, for those of you who don't know, is fire. They're 6 miles off the coast, nothing to do with our jurisdiction. She was able to get a GPS location, and like really not much we could do. Called the Coast Guard. Coast Guard's like, we're about an hour out. She's like, what else can we do? Called PBSO to send the helicopter, and because she was able to locate them so quickly, most of you hear the news about when people are lost at sea, they're most of the time lost, they're done. They found them, they were holding on to a cooler for a flotation device and a couple life jackets. Not even enough for all of them, there was 4 saved. So thank you for that. Moving forward, she's also our technical expertise, right? A lot of times we move every 2-3 years from position to position. She's what we call our continuity. When we have like, why do we do this again? And we get there all over the city, right? I don't care if it's engineering, IT, or whatever. She's the one that's like, I'll tell you why, because 15 years ago, such and such made this decision. And so it gives us that background and helps us move forward. Wealth of knowledge, extremely hard worker, has participated in everything from our wellness committee to being a trainer, volunteered her time with the city and all these programs that we have. Put forth just this year, actually, she's implementing our new communications progression program for their education and training. So our new hires, when they ask us, one of the first things they do is there opportunity for progression? Absolutely, especially now because she implemented this program. So I'm going to end with Michelle is an exceptional member of the Delray Beach Police Department, but also the City of Delray Beach. Thank you so much for your dedicated years of service.
You're the honoree. We all smile.
Very nice.
Congratulations.
Continuing with the police department, communications specialist Terry Bees, 10 years of service. Career officer 1, John Woods, 10 years of service. Police officer first class, Tanisha Wiltshire, 5 years of service. Career Officer 2, Cal Alami, 5 years of service. Police Officer First Class, Nicholas Privatera, 5 years of service. And Police Officer Dallas Richardson, 5 years of service. From the City Clerk's Office, Marianne Rodriguez, Executive Assistant.
Hello everyone, my name is Alexis Givings. I'm the Deputy City Clerk in the Office of the City Clerk. I cannot top what was just spoken about. I guess I wasn't that prepared. I didn't know what to expect, so I did get some information from Marianne. So she started her career here in February 2019 in the building department. She was a permit clerk In August 2019, she was promoted to executive assistant in the office of the city clerk. She is currently the advisory board liaison for the city, and she's very helpful when it comes to the advisory boards. She deals with all of the liaisons in the respective departments, and please forgive me because I'm so nervous trying to top what. It's hard. It's hard. But I've had the pleasure of working with Marianne for about 1.5 years, and what I've learned is she's definitely a team player. She's very dedicated to her job. She's always willing to learn new things. I love that about her because in her position, we've had several conversations about just kind of expecting a little more and doing a little more, and she's very open to it. She's willing to learn. So congratulations to your 5 years. It is definitely a pleasure working with you, and I look forward to working with you many more years to come.
Congratulations, Marianne. Actually, she's in the middle. So, the honor in the middle. That's the focus. Oh, whatever works. Thank you. Congratulations.
From Public Works, we have Engineering Inspector Jeffrey Barnes, 5 years of service. From Human Resources, we have Benefits Specialist BJ Clay, 20 years of service. From Parks and Recreation, we have Crew Leader Senior with 35 years of experience, Angel Rodriguez. We have Crew Leader Prince Wilcox with 15 years of experience. Crew Leader Kenneth Graham with 5 years of service. Special Events Administrator Nan Krasinski, 5 years of service.
Where is it?
Not here to talk about me, it must be you.
Actually,
Nope.
we have
Oh,
Danielle.
Danielle's gonna come on.
I'm unprepared, but just to say a few words about Nan. Been with us for 5 years. She comes to us from Pittsburgh Irish Fest with a plethora of information. She brings to the table what Danielle Pearson and I, all on the special events team, didn't know we needed. We're learning a lot from her, and we are thankful for that. Now, if only we can teach her that it's soda and not pop. So thank you. So thank you.
You're in good time.
Thank you for being here with us.
Don't sweat.
We're a team.
And giving your 5-year commitment a little something extra for reaching that milestone. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right. Congratulations. You know, having been born and grew up in inner city Chicago, I also dressed it as pop. I cannot bring myself to refer to it as soda either. As such, ladies and gentlemen, you're in good company.
Officially, then. Sounds like officially for the city. It's
Pop it is, but
Where I come from,
whatever works.
Where I come from, it was tonic.
And where would that be, Paul?
Massachusetts.
It is tonic up there.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I thought it was soda or soft drink. Soft drink is California. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Parks and Recreation, Senior Recreation Leader Aklam Wade. Development Services, with 10 years of service, Support Service Supervisor Andrea Franzone. With 5 years of service, Planner Katarina Paliwoda. Hopefully that was right.
Congratulations. How do you do? Just flew by, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah. We're working.
Hi, everybody. I'm Michelle Hoyland. I work in the Development Services Department and am the lead of the Historic Preservation Division. And I lead Katharina on our team of 3. So I do have a little something prepared because I think Katharina really needs to be honored for all the goodness that she's brought to the city and our department. Katharina was born in Germany and moved to Panama City when she was 4. Her parents met in Thailand, where her mother is from, and her father served in the Air Force during the Vietnam War. Katharina spent much of her life in the panhandle of Florida, and every other year when she was young, she spent summer months in Thailand, immersed in the country's rich culture and ancient history. Growing up in Panama City, she developed a love for Old Florida and its beautiful history. Katharina is a daughter, an aunt, and a sister. She's a twin. While not identical, her and her sister actually do look identical. She's a Seminole, graduating from Florida State University with a degree in art history, which I always refer to as Greek antiquities, and then she clarifies exactly what that means. She has a Master of Arts degree in Historic Preservation from Goucher College in Baltimore, Maryland. Early in her career, she was a docent at the Florida Museum, Historic Capitol Museum, while in Tallahassee. She served in the Main Street program at the state of Florida, and she was the executive director of the Florida Main Street program for the city of Vero Beach. She joined us in 2019, and when she started with the city, we all thought it could be a tough transition for her. Well, she nailed the interview, and her resume made her a perfect fit for the position on our historic preservation team. Oddly, it was her sunny disposition that we thought might make the position challenging. For those of you who don't know, the work we do in development services is challenging, to put it nicely. We tend to work with some of the most colorful characters in town. Some who can be very demanding. They want what they want when they want it. I was worried that some of these same people could crush Katharina's spirit and dreams for historic preservation. Being that it's not an easy field to work in, and that we often meet pressure from stakeholders and property owners, we're tasked with saving buildings. It's a complex mission in a community that's experiencing so much redevelopment. But it's our goal to help retain history for future generations so that we can continue to tell that story. She handles her job with grace and balance. She has a knack to be able to deliver bad news to customers in a way that they can accept and somehow walk away feeling good after having worked with her. It truly is a skill that cannot be taught. Her positive attitude has proved to be a valuable asset in many ways. To name one, a few years ago, she started a birthday celebration. This occurs for every employee in our department on their birthday. She waits for the employee to leave for the day, sneaks into their office, and pops their office, is what she calls it. That includes special birthday decorations, balloons, something specific for that person. If they're not really into the whole celebration thing, she knows how to tone it down. It's this getting to know someone and this that she's brought to our department that really has fostered, I believe, a spirit of togetherness, which makes having a hard day not so hard. She truly is a ray of sunshine, but there is more to her than meets the eye. I initially thought of her as that Disney princess, a stereotype by my part, made on a first impression, but she is more complex than that. She's fierce but kind. She loves horror movies, plants, lighthouses, and goes the extra mile all the time. She's a committed employee. When you think about, as a supervisor, having an employee, you kind of hope over the years that you can train them to do your job so that they can duplicate your own efforts, so that there's 2, maybe 3, or multiple people on your team. And I can proudly say that Katharina has risen to that level. I'm honored to be her leader, and I'm thrilled to congratulate you on 5 years with the City of Delray Beach. Congratulations.
So, Michelle Hoagland, if you can come join us for a photo, but before we execute that, I always thought it was cool when I first met you, coming on board back in summer 2021. Fellow Treasure Coast regional experiences. I was up in Sebastian, and you were in Vero Beach, and that whole bit, so a little bit of a common interest, so nevertheless, congratulations, and here we go, and great background. And because you made the 5-year milestone, a little something extra. All right, so if you would, please. Congratulations.
Next from Development Services, Principal Planner Rebecca Desari.
Rebecca. Congratulations. Just now.
Good morning, Amy Alvarez, Development Services, here for Rebecca Dossary. Rebecca started actually on the same day as Katharina 5 years ago. We're thankful that you're still here with us 5 years later. 4 people joined our department that day, and 2 have persevered. So you have to stay with us at least another 11 and a half years until I make my 30, just being selfish. But that goes to say that Rebecca is a great team member for us. She's definitely a champion for workforce housing in our department. She's currently our board liaison for the Planning and Zoning Board as the principal planner of long-range planning. There's just so much to say about Rebecca. Not all of the words are going to come out, but she's always very positive, great with our team, and she's always got a smile on her face. As you can see, you never quite know what she's thinking actually, but she's always very pleasant, and we're very happy to have her with us. Thank you, Rebecca.
If you would join us, Miss Amy Alvarez, for our photo. Make it official. Yes.
Do we pose?
Well, we like to honor the individual that will count and take you serious, okay?
Next up from Information Technology, Infrastructure Engineer Frederick Sidon with 5 years of service.
What's up, Fred? Congratulations. Thanks so much. Jennifer.
Yes. Hi, Jennifer Reynolds from the IT department. And Eric came to us at the city right before COVID.
Who?
Eric Sidon.
Goes by Eric.
I go here.
Eric.
I always thought if you was Fred. Eric it is. All this time I thought it was Fred. But Eric it is, okay.
Yes.
I apologize to you, Eric, in front of everyone. Please.
So Eric came to us right before COVID hit in February 2019, and he was primarily hired as an infrastructure engineer. That would be our phone administrator, our backup administrator, and an overall wonderful sysadmin. Well, COVID hit around March 2020, and IT and the city went into lockdown. And IT was tasked with setting up virtual meetings for the commission. And we had to figure this out. The whole IT community across, I think, the country had to figure it out, and it was our turn to do that. And one of Eric's main tasks at that time was to figure out how to convert voicemails into the meetings so that they could be played for the public to hear. So these are public comments. And so what he did, he had to put on a lot of IT hats. His service hat, his desktop hat, his phone administrator hat. All these hats, they're going to be needed. And what that looked like is he started to learn our phone system and how to make this work. And then he had to figure out our email system and how to make those voicemails be stored for playback into the meetings. And then he had to document it for us in IT because we had to follow his lead, as well as the clerk's office and the staff that needed to support the meetings. And then when the meetings came around, he was up there supporting Kateri to make sure everything went well. And when the meetings ran, Kateri in the clerk's office and the commission meetings were a success in allowing the public to be heard during a pandemic. So Eric was also part of the new city phone system rollout that's taking place right now. And one of his main tasks for this is to roll out the new call centers for utility billing and building staff that comprise of 20 employees. So here come the hats again, right? Documentation hat, service hat, desktop hat, software push hat, all around good sysadmin hat that he had to put on. And what that looked like is when we started this, we have a vendor, and this is a custom build. And so Eric sat through meeting after meeting with UTB, building staff, and the vendors to design it, because it is a custom build. And as you go through that, the vendor eventually said, okay, well, let's build it. And they go back to their shop and they build it, and they come back and are like, okay, IT test it out, make sure it works. And Eric gets to task, and he goes and he kicks the tires, he makes sure that it's working. He's finding a lot of bugs. And he's also working with building and UTB staff to make sure it is what they want, because they, you know, the design is a custom build. Maybe they need to change things, and we did change things. And now it's a finished product. Eric's not done. Eric's now has to set up a lab, and now, hey, UTB and building staff, let's come and learn the new system that we've built for you. Let's train, and he brought them in pairs of 2 into the IT lab and trained them on the new system and showed them how it worked. And Eric's still not done, because now he needs to push the software to all the 20 laptops and desktops for the staff. And then he needs to go install the new hardware for all the staff and train them on that. And lastly, he goes out and he goes to each and individual desktop for the person to make sure that they're comfortable with the software and that they know how to use it. And the day that this went live, he trained them and supported them to be successful in using the product and allowing the public to be able to be reached by the call takers and both UTB and building. And that's Eric. He provides solutions, service, and support that allow other people at the city to be successful. Eric's commitment and professionalism is, to me, the spirit of the city of Delray Beach. And I use that word, and would bring Dot into this conversation because she started this from what I remember way back when. I think maybe 2011?
2006.
2006, wow. I've been here a long time. And what that means to me, I think you really, represent this, Eric, and what spirit means. If you ever look on city letterhead, it is on the bottom of it, and it means service, performance, integrity, responsible, innovative, and teamwork. And that to me is you, Eric.
Thank you. All right.
I appreciate all that you have done for me, IT, and the city, and congratulations on receiving this award today for 5 years of service. Thank you.
Well, embarrassed to say, I learned something new today. Derek did it. That's right. Okay. Congratulations.
Next up, from the City Attorney's Office, Legal Office Manager with 5 years of service, Beverly Searvogel Grykowski.
Very good. Very good.
thought you were going to say something. I was waiting. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, hell no, you're coming to the
I love that everybody who comes to the podium says their name and where they're from, like we're at a commission meeting. So, so I always joke. Kateri's not here, so she can't accept this compliment I'm about to give her. But I always joke that Kateri hires the best people. I've stolen, I think, 3 now from her. And you know, and she hired Beverly, right? So thank you, Kateri, if you're watching. You know, the first time I saw Beverly, she was covering for Kateri at a commission meeting, and my assistant Kathy she's finishing up the drop, and I was already scoping out who was going to replace her, and I saw this, you know, warm, bubbly, kind person who was so ridiculously organized and prepared. And I said to myself, she can't be a city clerk. She's going to work at the city attorney's office. And so, you know, she interviewed and she nailed it. And I mean, it's just been, you're a pleasure. You're more than an office manager. You're a mom, you're a wife, you're a nana, you're our friend, you're my confidant and therapist, and you know, we can't thank you enough. So this is a real honor. We're so lucky to have you in our office, and I see everyone sitting here. So congratulations on 5 years. We joke in our office that 5 years kind of feels like 30. So you're almost there. Congratulations.
And before we take the photo, if I did the math correctly, you mentioned in your presentation, Lynn, that you took 3 individuals. Beverly was the first, was she not?
Was she the first or was Dawn?
I was first.
And then Dawn, and then Cynthia.
Okay. Hello, Cynthia.
I'm always looking, people. I'm always looking.
Cynthia, Danny, and William. All right. Congratulations.
All right, I want to remind everybody, stick around because we have a drawing here when we're done. Next up from the Utilities Department, equipment operator with 25 years of service, Fred Banks. Utility mechanic with 10 years of service, Sean Ladadio. Utility locator with 5 years of service, Eddie Marceau. Utility inspector with 5 years of service, Jerry May. And generator technician with 5 years of service, Andrew Souza. So now we have some drawings. No looking.
If I don't pick your name, don't be upset with me as constable. Oh, goodness gracious. Well deserved. Michelle Kelly, how about All right, so we have a little gift for you. That would be nice. If we gave away new cars, I think we'll have a bunch of other problems. So. We actually have, a nice gift certificate, gift card rather?
Yes, sir, we do. $100 gift card.
$100 gift card.
Yes.
Do not spend it in one place. So in any event, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for being here. I always enjoy myself at Quarterly Service Awards engagement. Continuous opportunity to get to know one another, individuals who work for the city who I may not have an opportunity to interact with on a daily basis. Do my best to try to say hello, be mindful, and the more I learn, the more I'm able to just be myself. So from that standpoint, I really appreciate that. And Paul, good job, good work. How about it for Paul, ladies? First time out, Lachey brings the bubbly personality, the energy, the synergy behind it. You're on your way, my man.
All right.
So good job. So in any event, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here. Thank you for coming. And for those of you all who supported the individuals who received award recognitions today, much appreciated to you all as well. Information Technology, Parks and Recreation, everyone. Thank you all very much for being here. Office of the City Attorney, great to see you all here to support Beverly. Good to go. Take care. Stay well. Enjoy your weekend.